The resources don't show up before you jump, they show up after. We're going to get into it. Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the Ultimate Love Letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. The resources will only arrive after you take that leap of faith. That is what it means to take a leap of faith. I know that we want certain things in life, but we're waiting on the perfect resources. We're waiting for the perfect time. We're waiting for the smooth sailing so we can take that risk. If it's smooth sailing and if you have it all figured out, is that a risk? No. That is no risk, which means there can be no reward. That saying came about for a reason. It is absolute truth. Whatever you want in life, you have to jump now like it's already there and then trust that God will catch you in mid-flight. That is the only way to achieve it. You work towards it every single day. You show up like it's already done. You are consistent in doing the work. If you want that business to be your business for the rest of your life, if you want that writing job to be your job forever, if you want to act and only act for the rest of your existence, then you have to show up like that's your existence. Anytime we wait for the perfect opportunity to show up as who we want to be, we will be waiting forever. Life is simply waiting for you, waiting for me to show up as we want to be in the future. Then as we want to be now, as we begin to step into those footsteps today, as we want to be in the future, that is how we forge the path towards the future we're looking at. The resources will never come for anyone who is not doing the work, who has not yet taken a leap. God is far more intentional than that. He wants to stretch your faith. If you were to decide, like, I want to write a best-selling novel, but perhaps you're waiting for somebody else to come and invest in it, well, okay. Perhaps God is saying, no, you need to invest first. You need to step out and do the writing. Perhaps you have to go out and not wait for a publisher. Maybe you have to publish your own book. Maybe you have to pay those fees, not someone else. Maybe you have to do the work to promote your own book. That is the faith of really believing in yourself. And in turn, as we believe in ourselves, we believe in God. Then as we do that work, then we get the momentum rolling. Now, as we get the momentum rolling, now we can attract resources by the divine. Now we can attract people who are looking for our book, publishers for our next book. But the work starts with us first. The leap has got to happen first to unlock the resources tomorrow. And this is certainly a message for me. It's certainly a message where I've been hearing, Spirit speak to me as far as my travels that I am doing this year. And I'm like, God, every year I never see how I'm going to travel. And every year I've been staying longer and longer abroad. And this year is no different. I want to say even longer this year. On the surface, I don't see how I'm going to do that, right? All the clients are here. The hustle, that I have is here in Los Angeles. I can't take the hustle and the clients abroad. So then the work needs to be, how can I then attract clients and my business that I'm doing here abroad? And am I going to wait until I attract those clients before I say I'm going to go abroad and stay even longer than I did last year? The answer is no. The answer is no, because I hear God saying, decide what you want to do and do it. Decide what you want to do and know that we got your back. But God is simply waiting on me. You want to travel the world? God says He does not make us who we are not. When I heard God tell me that, He told me that last year. When I was in anxiety about, staying abroad last year, I think I was gone for about 2.5 months or so. And I was anxious at that point because I didn't see how I was going to do it. But God was saying, I don't make you who you're not. That burning desire to experience, different cultures, that comes from me. That's who you are meant to be. That's who I have designed you to be. So as I'm guiding you to make these trips, understand that I will bring the resources that will support the trip. But you got to get on that plane. And you got to believe that the resources will come. And hot doggone, did He do it? He absolutely did it. He did it in such a bigger way that I could have never imagined. Not only was I supported, I was supported like by 5-star supports. I was able to support multiple people while I was traveling. It was gnarly. It was incredible to see. So as I'm gearing up to do it again this year, I hear God saying, okay, well, yeah, it's time to go again. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like you're going to have it. Yeah, I know you don't know how you're going to be able to maintain your home in Los Angeles as you're traveling abroad. But I'm telling you to take a leap and understand that my everlasting arms will catch you in mid-flight like I always have. And here's the thing, He always does. We got to take that leap. That leap is more for our benefit than anything else. That leap is that cord, that golden cord that actually connects us to God. Because once you leap off, that ledge that looks terrifying, you don't know how you're going to get caught. You don't know how you're going to survive. You don't know how the resources are going to come. But then when God starts miraculously bringing the resources while you're mid-flight, when you're falling off of a ledge, then what do? We begin to trust Him more. And that's where He wants us. He wants us right there, living on the ledge. One of my favorite quotes is, if God is leading you out on a ledge, that is the safest place to be. Our life is actually meant to be feeling like we're living on an edge, because that's the excitement of watching God work. If you want a big house and you don't see the resources, well, perhaps you have to start preparing for it. Perhaps you have to start, subscribing to listings where you can start looking at what the market's doing. Perhaps you have to start, trusting God by putting aside, a certain amount of money, every paycheck, every month, whatever, every year, at every tax return. And for those of us that say, I don't have it because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, well, then you don't believe in yourself, because I'm here to tell you, right when I always have thought the math does not math on paper, I'll just say, no, it's going to math. And I will pay this because I know once I pay this big chunk, because God is telling me to do this, or if I buy this, or if I go and do that, if I give this, then I know as I give, I'm trusting in my giving. So then God will replace it. And every time God replaces it every single time. There's so many times when I look at like a credit card bill and I'm like, oh, well, the minimum payment is only this. But in my spirit, I'm like, but that's, you're abundant. Pay the whole thing. Well, I don't know. How am I going to pay the whole thing? Well, I should be saving this for whatever. Are you abundant or are you not? Then the moment I decide to pay it off, or even just pay beyond the minimum, then before I knew it, that money is gone. That bill is paid off. Oh, but here comes more resources. Here comes the money to replace the big money that I just sent out. It's that flow. Our energy is our currency. When will we understand that? Where God says to go, and when God is saying going, He is showing you the ways you can do it. And it might look taking the money out of your savings. It might look like putting it on a credit card. It might look like borrowing the money from someone else. But as we do these things because God is asking us, if God is asking us to do them, then we got to understand that God will bring the resources because we took the leap that He asked us to. The resources can only come after the jump. They rarely come before. Rarely. What do you want out of life? What do you want to become? What are the things you want to do? Those things that you want to do that are pressing on your heart, that's not random, that's God. And I bet you, if it's a burning desire and you look around you, you have a step one to get there. You have at least one step to get there. The problem is you want to see step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But God is saying absolutely not. No. I gave you the one step. That one step is God meeting you halfway. You're not doing nothing yet. Here's your step 1. Step there first. Then as you step there, I might infuse step 2 and 3. But it's up to us. And our step 1 might look like a whole leap off of a mountain. That's where I'm at now. And you know why I'm there? Because I've done the work. Because I've leapt before in the past a few times now. And every time He catches me. There hasn't been one time when I'd hit the ground. That's thrilling. It's like jumping out of a plane with no parachute, but landing firmly on your feet. That is what it feels like when we're following God wholeheartedly. That's what it means to take a leap of faith. But we can never watch God work when we are cowering on that ledge, refusing to step off. That is actually how you forge the way forward. That is trusting God. I want to thank you so much for joining this convo. Go get your dreams. You go get your dreams by simply falling off the mountain that God told you to fall off of and watch Him work. That's the only way to experience God's miraculousness. It's not miraculous when we're doing the work ourselves. It's not miraculous when we're working a 9 to 5. We're able to pay our mortgage. We're able to pay the car payment. We got money for the weekend. The bills are paid. That's mundane. That's not miraculous. You're doing it just like every other human does it. But miraculous is telling the story to your great grandkids how you traveled the world and you never had a job a day in your life. That's pretty miraculous. All you had was faith, and that's all you needed was faith. Faith. It's pretty miraculous when you tell your great grandkids, I only worked part-time, yet I was able to sustain my beautiful home in the Hollywood Hills while going any place I wanted to go around the world, flying business class, having 5-star dinners, gifting people finances when they needed it, gifting gifts, wearing nice things, living free. That's miraculous. And what I just explained is my life. That is the miracle of following God. That is the miracle of our faith. And that is the miracle of your birthright, friend. Go get it. Don't settle for mediocre. We were never meant to live mediocre. We were meant to experience the extraordinary. But it's going to take you first. You got to go first. You got to jump first to see it. It's only for the brave at heart. But you got it in you. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again real soon. Bye for now.